Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between BigBoss and Acer Bly on Dusk Towers. Now I know what you're saying, Falcon, how do you know that is BigBoss? I will explain in a minute, and let's go ahead and introduce the players. On the top side of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Acer Bly, representing Team Acer. And in the bottom of Dusk Towers, we have the red Terran player. It is BigBoss, representing Russia, basically. I don't think he actually has a team currently, but the reason I know this is BigBoss is because this is from the Gauntlet European Qualifier for the Gauntlet SC2 tournament. The global finals were held last Monday, I believe at this point, and BigBoss was part of that whole thing. He is currently the top-ranked Russian Terran player on the European ladder. And he gave TLO a really good game back on my channel last week. I hope you watched that. And let's get right on into this one. Oh, before we go, he's also known as J King. So basically J King, BigBoss, and this combination of Russian characters with the 6 and the 60cc at the end is how I recognize who this is. But either way, here we are with Bly from Ukraine. So it's Ukraine versus Russia today on Dusk Towers. Hatch first coming out right here for Bly, which is interesting. Hatch into Extractor. I'm going to guess we have a spawning pool here very soon as well, and a expand. I'm going to guess it's a 1-Rax expand, Reaper expand specifically from J King or BigBoss. We'll call him BigBoss from this point on. I think it's funner to say than J King. I mean, not much funner, but still, BigBoss just sounds great. So here comes the Reaper, I guess. Indeed, the Reaper pops right on out, and the SCV comes out to build a command center as soon as it picks up some minerals. The timing here works out pretty darn well. Look at that. Bam. Again, one thing I can tell you about BigBoss is that he doesn't do the same thing twice. It seems like he's very comfortable with all different strategies from Terran. He's not one of those guys. He's always bio, who's always mech. He can do things with battle cruisers as well. I've seen him kind of do weird mixes of Liberators and Widow Mines and Ghosts in there depending on what the Zerg is doing, and his ZVT is pretty strong. So again, he's a GM level player going against Bly here, who does play for Team Acer. So I think Team Acer might have a slight advantage here, but at the same time, BigBoss is an excellent player in his own right. So we'll see how this works out today. As Bly is going for Metabolic Boost, is not taking a third hatch, surprisingly. I would expect to see that, I think, from our Zerg player. Look at that positioning, though, putting the Lings right on the top of that ramp. KD8 charge does knock them back. The Reaper pops right on in and is forced to be chased away. The amount of Lings here seems like a little bit too much to deal with a Reaper, but still, KD8 charge is dodged admirably again there by Bly. Trying to make this happen, though, with the Reaper. The drugs, the combat drugs have already, I was going to say, healed him up from those early hits that he took from the great positioning by Bly. And one more shot from the Queen. No, the Reaper does end up surviving and escaping for another day. Overlords are scouting on in, trying to get in positions to see what's going on with the Terran army. It looks like Hellion follow-up after the Reaper. Pretty darn standard stuff, as well as a starport coming in, and yep, barracks with reactor coming at the same time. So it looks like it's going to be some kind of a harassment opening as the Reaper with 1 kill tries to do what it can, but there are 2 queens at the top of the ramp here. You can get around them, I feel like, but the Lings are going to have speed any time now, just about to wrap up. Ready, set, ding, and it's gone. They have wings now, hooray! Now it's time to head on out, try to find that Reaper. And the Reaper says, oh crap, they are knocking all the Lings back, keeping himself alive for about 10 more seconds. Does get killed, and the Hellions come in and kill 2 Lings automatically. And another one as well. This Ling with no HP manages to get killed by the Hellion. Chases it down and murders it right on the street there. Alright, so the Hellions now moving out, but again, they made themselves known. Bly knows that they are coming. He has a couple Lings here. That's about it, though, but 2 Lings against 2 Hellions is usually enough. It's when you worry about 4 Hellions, oh boy, or 6 Hellions that things get difficult, but that's why I guess why there are 10 Lings in production, no roaches. On the way for Bly, he's going to try to deal with this with Queens and with Lings, getting a couple shots off. The Lings starting to pop out, trying to get shots off as well, going against more and more of these drones. A pretty good pickup, though. Oh, the drones fighting for their own lives, and they help get rid of those Hellions quite well. So at this point, 4 Hellions divide and a Reaper in exchange for 9 drones and 6 Lings. I'd say that's a fair trade for Bly. He's got to feel pretty good about that, although he is down in worker count, 36 to 31. Right now, again, BigBoss's macro is nothing to sneeze at. Double pumping Liberators Already, the Lings are here at the front door at the same time. Can they get in? They get in because the front door is down. Oh no, Lings get right on inside the base. They kill a couple Marines. They're going after these transferring SCVs. SCVs do not fight very well at all against these Zerglings. And can they dodge outside of the defender mode circle? They can. They're very fast. So of course they can do that. Heading on down again, just doing terrible, terrible damage to these SCVs. They are trying to stack up and stay alive, dodging again. Another defender mode circle. The Lings are still... I mean, this is what happens if you lower a supply depot, Terran players. Just don't do it. Such a bad place to be here. There are Lings waiting to get on in. SCVs are trying to repair that. And it looks like finally all of the Lings inside the main base for Big Boss do get cleaned up. So excellent, excellent play by Acer Bly. Just lost a few Lings. Was able to kill, what, 13 SCVs. Woohoo! 13. It's now 49 to 31 workers. Bly was droning up hard behind that. Took this base as well. Getting a Roach Warren at this point. A little bit late, I think, in the grand scheme of things. But he also got a full scout. And he recognized that there were barracks here. There was a factory at the same time. And said, you know what? Roaches are going to be pretty good. Might as well get them. Liberators do take down an Overlord. Bly is almost supply block, but he has 3 more Overlords in production, as well as Glial Reconstitution on the way to make those Roaches a little bit more fast. A little bit more quick. Creep spread continuing to push out. Bly does like his creep spread, as we've seen in the past on my channel. And here we come. Defender mode setting on up. There's a Spore Crawler in position, but not quite in the right position here. The drones get pulled immediately. This Queen, however, dies very quickly. Oh, the Queen got a little bit careless. Did those drones. Spore Crawler posting on it. Wants desperately to kill one of these Liberators. Can't quite do it. The Queen's now stabbing away. Trying to stutter step around here, get rid of that Liberator before one of them dies, and it does. Excellent pickup there. Getting rid of that Liberator. The other one might manage to just barely escape with 39 hit points to its name. Another attack over here with a Liberator. Does have 4 kills of her own. And again, might as well pick up a Queen. If the Queen's not paying attention to defender mode circles, then why not? But no, it escapes with 11 hit points. And Liberator skates on that way. Going to be more aggressive. Over here, though, this Liberator harass. Oh, but steps right on top of the Spore Crawler. Whoops, misjudged that spot a little bit. Did Big Boss, and the Liberator falls. Glial Reconstitution going to pop up. All right, so I figured out how come these things aren't here all the time. It's called Game Heart. It is a style... what is it? It's like a type of map that was created for all these different ladder maps. If you play on that map, then the replay comes with these little countdown timers. But if you didn't play it on that map, they don't show up. So that is the reason why there's a difference. If they're not there, there's nothing I can do to make them show. It just depends on what replay or what map type they were determined they were played upon. So this Liberator here getting quite a few kills against these drones. Woo! Drone Massacre, Corrosive Bile thrown down. It is enough to kill the Liberator. 60 hits, 60 damage per hit there on that Corrosive Bile ability. Works against air units as well, but 6 more drones have died. It's still 57 to 44 Harvesters on the way for the Zerg players. They're getting Roaches, getting Pneumatized Carapace. +1/+1 on those Roaches, as well as an Infestation Pit. It's going to be Marines and Combat Shields, as well as Tanks and Armories. On the way for our... Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's a drop. On the way for our Terran player, Big Boss. So defending right now are a couple tanks, some Marines, some Hellions, and waiting for that creep to recede. Look how quickly it does. Liberators here, again, just trying to kill Overlords at this point. If they throw up in Defender mode, Corrosive Bile will kill them so fast. So fast. Although the Ravager's kind of moving out of position here. The Liberators skating up along this outside area, killing another Overlord. Oh, not quite. 5 hit points left on that Overlord. Are you kidding me? Taking a shot from a Spore Crawler there as well, just kind of dancing around. I mean, Corrosive Bile dodging fairly easily if they're not in Defender mode. Oh, there's the Pneumatized Carapace though, and the Overlords are able to flee for their lives a little bit more effectively. One of them does end up dead, and another one too, indeed. Liberator is doing a pretty good job here. Can he actually end up supply blocking Bly? He's going to try to do it, but again, 3 more Overlords in production. Pretty much always Overlords in production for Zerg. Just because you're always building something, no matter what. Ravagers throw down that more Corrosive Bile. Big time misses though. The Queens, however, able to get in there. Get some more effective defense, and that's it. The Liberators completely fall. Any more left on the field? No. That was the last of the Liberators today. There are Roaches here with +1/+1 and Glial Reconstitution +2/+2 on the way, as well as an Infestation Pit. And defending here, Big Boss with tanks on the high ground. Excellent, excellent positioning here as well. Marines with +1/+1. Marine count a little bit too high for a mass Roach play. We'll have to see how that works out, though, or if we get Ravagers mixed in here as well. A single Ling comes up, gets annihilated by tank shots. And Bly says, oh, there are tanks. Surprise! I did not expect that. A Hive coming up as well. And pretty much standard stuff from the Terran. Factory, supply depots, medevacs, tanks, marauders, marines, +1 vehicle weapons, and +2/+2 on the way for the marines and the marauders as well. Overseer scouts right on in, sees what he's dealing with, throws a couple overseers that die, as our friend Big Boss is a little bit too used to that to allow that to happen. Roaches, Ravagers, Infestors. A fungal growth roach attack could be pretty good here. Actually, a fungal bile would be excellent here. So that's where you throw down a fungal growth with an Infestor and then corrosive bile it on a medevac while it can't move. It's a very, very strong combination that we don't see all the time in ZVT, but I think we'll start seeing more and more of it just because it is so useful for the Zerg race. All right, so Big Boss at 56 workers to 62 drones in favor of the Zerg player. And 162 supply against a maxed out Acer Bly. Taking another base here is Acer. 4 bases now. Nope, 5th base. This 4th base is already up and running with the gas that is so important to the Zerg army. Burrow on the way, and Burrow moved. Tunneling Claws on the way for Bly as well. Is he planning on using some of them Tunneling Claws? I reckon he is, Aunt May. All right. Drop, setting up. Looks like it is repositioning tanks. It's kind of funny. You don't actually need to do that. But pushing out, it's time, Big Boss says. He is at +2/+2, just about +3 on the way. And here's that pretty big Roach Ravager composition with Infestors. A fungal growth on a few of these units, but it getting chased away by the rest of them. Fungaling, catching a bunch of Marines there as well. It does do a bit of damage. It is a projectile, so you can technically dodge it. But anyway, here comes another attack. Corrosive Biles throwing the army back again. The tanks in the back doing a lot of damage to these Roaches, and forced back again here is Bly. Just setting up on the edge of the creep. He doesn't really want to push too far onto the purple stuff. Killing some creep tumors will help him in his mission of not having to walk on creep during the attack. But again, it is so far for Bly right now. Look at this. Everywhere on the map. Just bits of creep. Creep tumors even up here above the 4th base for Big Boss. Insane. Again, Roaches in the front taking a lot of the damage. Ravagers throwing on Corrosive Bile. Corrosive Bile on all these units here that are fungaled. Managing to kill a couple of units. None of the tanks, though, which is, I think, what Bly was going for. More Corrosive Bile on the fungaled units. Destroy all those Marines. Tanks are left unprotected, but there are 5 of them, and they do have +1 attack. Oh, there's the Burrow. The Burrow move. Exactly what Bly needed to deal with these tanks on burrowing on top of the siege tanks. And all of the siege tanks do get completely cleaned up. Leaving them alone to their fate was Big Boss, and they paid for it. The burrowed Roaches moving out again, trying to avoid the scan. They don't want to be discovered there, but Ultras are on the way. +3 armor and chitinous plating on the way for those Ultras. And only +1 melee attack, though. It's not something I don't think Bly was planning on doing, is going Ultras, but if it works, then it works. Burrowed Roaches moving on down silently and sneakily. They get seen by something. Oh, they get seen by the missile turret there. Take some shots from Ravagers. Managed to escape once again. Does he not? I don't know. I don't know if Big Boss actually cares. Melee attacks, level 1 about to finish. Chitinous plating as well. It's a pretty slow, or fast upgrade rather. Doesn't take that long to finish. Splitting the Roaches up. The scan comes in, gets rid of one of the Roaches. The other one slips out the back there, just outside the range. Just outside the range there is that Roach. And yeah, continued Ultralisk production here from Bly. +3 attack on the way for the Marines. +3 armor as well. Marines and Marauders looking very strong indeed. Although Ultras with +3/+3, rather +8/+3 are pretty fantastically scary as well. So here comes a Ravager Ultra Infestor composition. Interesting stuff for sure. Oh, coming in range of that turret again. This group of Roaches is completely dead. This one's still alive. He does have 2 kills. He is a Predator. Oh, Corrosive Bile on all those units, killing 7 SCVs. And then, I think, just backing out. No, stands and fights. Throws on Corrosive Bile again. Tanks taking care of one of those Ravagers. And another base up and running here for Bly. So, actually, we already said that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. Eventually 4 bases here for the Terran player right now. Infantry armor level 3 about to finish. Aspire on the way for Bly. Vipers on the way too. Oh, you like Vipers a lot. But here come the Ultras crundling on in right on top of these units. A fungal growth keeping them pinned. Corrosive Bile is being thrown down, taking out a single tank. as well. Coming from the top side, coming from the right side, the Ultralisk count looking very scary indeed. Stutter stepping back as best as he possibly can here is J-King or Big Boss coming to the safety of the Planetary Fortress, but I just think there might be too many Ultras here getting right on top of that Planetary. Corrosive Bowels being thrown down, killing units on the backside, and the Planetary does fall. Ultras are destroying everything here. Infestors as well, and that's it. A rage quit from Big Boss. Bly is victorious, and Big Boss has left the game. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A ZVT here on Dusk Towers, featuring 2 players who are very, very good at this. It looks like I already casted this on the channel. Dang it, I hate it when I do that. But either way, pretty fun stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. In the end, I just don't know that the harassment was enough for Big Boss. The Liberator harass was good. He did kill, looks like, about 19 drones, which is a good number, but he wasn't able to get the small pushes up and going and killing the very important 4th base or the 5th base at all. The creep spread was just too much. It was too intimidating. Big Boss did not want to handle it, didn't want to go across it. That gave Bly the time to get into Ultras with their armor, which was so hard to kill for a Bio army, which is exactly what Big Boss had. So that's about it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.